Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's Nathan Payne, and today, guys, I'm going to be talking to you about, is today's real estate market a buyer or is it a seller's market? And why it's important for you to know that if you want to be successful as a real estate investor. Let's go. You need to watch this video because today, guys, if you're trying to be a successful real estate investor, you really have to understand the difference between a buyer and a seller's market, because if you don't know what they are, you're going to struggle to know how to pivot your business. So stay tuned. This is what we're going to talk about. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what is a buyer's market and what is a seller's market. You're going to understand what market we're currently in at this time, 2023. Understand exactly what kind of market we're in right now so you know how to pivot. The best ways to use your time depending on if you are in a seller's market or if you're in a buyer's market. And how to make money in today's current market as a real estate investor and wholesaler. So first, guys, let's tackle what is a seller's market. So if you're new to real estate, you might not know what a seller's market, but what a seller's market is when sellers, their properties are in high demand. There's not a lot of inventory on the market. So literally you can put pretty much anything on the MLS. You can have a house that's not fixed up and you can sell it quickly just because there's a lot of demand for properties. Just over the last 2 years, you guys have known what's happened with the pandemic. There's been low inventory, so that's been a giant seller's market for sellers because there's not a lot of houses. So, if you got a really crappy house or something that needs a lot of work, people overlook that because they're like, well, I don't care, I need to buy a house. And that's why there was like hundreds and hundreds of showings per property, because sellers were the ones that had the power. They were like in demand, and that's what a seller's market is when there's less houses for sale than there is demand, and the sellers have the power. So what the heck is a buyer's market? Well, a buyer's market is the exact opposite. Tons of properties on the MLS, tons of properties for sale, and not a lot of buyers. And that's exactly what's happening right now. Interest rates have shot up. They're right now currently around like 6-7% on the interest. So basically what's going on is buyers, a lot of investors, a lot of home buyers are just sitting on the sidelines and saying, look, I don't want to pay that much for housing. So a lot of people need to sell. So that's kind of what's happening, and it's really kind of affecting the way that real estate is going. A lot of the prices are dropping. So your strategy on how you work with sellers and you work with buyers, if you're a wholesaler, if you're a real estate agent, real estate investor, it's really being impacted, and it gets impacted by if you're in a seller's market or if you're in a buyer's market. Now, let's talk about how you can make money doing these things. So you're probably wondering, which current market are we in right now? Are we in a seller's market or a buyer's market? Come on, guys, you already know. It's a buyer's market right now. A lot of properties are hitting the market, and sellers aren't able to just sell their home like that like they used to. I know, guys, because I have 3 properties that I flipped. I bought them in March, and now I'm trying to sell them now, and they're not moving. These are great homes. They look great, but there's just more options on the market right now. So flippers, me, other people that are flipping properties, they're not able to sell their homes as quickly. So what's going to be the game changer here is really doing a good job on your rehabs. What's happened over the last 2 years in the seller's market is you didn't really have to do a lot of rehabs. You could just take a property, slightly discounted, put it on the MLS, sell it, list it with a real estate agent, and you could sell it super quick above market value, right? But right now, you can't do that. You're not going to be able to put a house on the market that's just not in good shape, because you got all these different options that people have that they can choose from. So if you think you can wholesale, and that's what wholesaling is. Wholesaling is just taking a property that needs a little bit of work, or actually maybe even a lot of work, but it needs work, and you're putting it on the MLS and hoping someone will overlook that and just repair it themselves. That's not really the play, and that's not really working. That was the play in a seller's market. In a buyer's market, good luck. That's not going to work for you. Before I finish up the video, I want to invite you guys to check out my free tool that I have. It's called the Painless Wholesaling Mind Map. I literally spent the last 5 years taking all my knowledge and putting it into this awesome mind map that goes through the process of how to do this business step by step in 10 steps. And now, obviously it's a mind map, so if you click into it, it drops in deeper. It's got contracts. It's got the process of getting a deal from start to finish. And I want to give that to you so you guys can excel right now, especially in this buyer's market that we're talking about. You will see exactly how to pivot your business. So go check out that tool. It's absolutely free. So I got a juicy story for you guys. You probably want to know how I've been pivoting my own business in this market shift. And I'm going to tell you exactly how I've been continuing to make money and exactly how I pivoted. So check this out, guys. at the beginning of the year, my wholesaling business, my real estate business was absolutely crushing it. We're doing several deals, doing 6-figure months. And what happened is when the interest rates shot up and the market shifted, my team, I was using virtual assistants from Colombia to do the deals. They were closing deals with sellers over the phone, and that's how we had our process set up. But the problem is they weren't amazing at negotiating, right? And what's happened now is as it's switched from a seller's to a buyer's market, it's not that easy to get sellers to accept the low prices that are necessary for flippers to continue buying deals. So I had to kind of pretty much wipe my team out, and I love my people in Colombia, but it just didn't make sense. I had a big team, and what was happening was I was paying a lot of money out for the overhead, and they just weren't bringing the same amount of deals in. So what I did is I went really lean on my company, and what it is right now, it's me and a couple virtual assistants from the Philippines who I love. If you don't have virtual assistants in the Philippines, they're awesome. Check them out. But anyway, what we do now is we do what's called reverse wholesaling, or I call it painless wholesaling. And that's basically where you look for deals that are already on the market and you have great relationships with buyers. Because what's happened when you're in a seller's market, you really got to go find those deals. Buyers are plentiful, but right now it's kind of switched. So buyers are the ones who you want to work with. So right now what I do in painless wholesaling is I find all the buyers that are still consistently buying flips and rentals, and I get really good relationships with them. I take them out to lunch, I call them, we have a good conversation, I check in on them like on the weekly just to see what they're up to. And now, instead of the buyers being not as important as they were, they're like the most important thing for me. So I find out exactly what they want to buy. I reach out to for example, one of my buyers' name is Nate Worthen. I reach out to Nate, I say, hey Nate, you're still buying, right? He says, yeah, I'm still buying. I say, okay, great. What are you looking for? I'm gonna go out and look for that deal exactly where you want it. So that way, I'm not spending a ton of time, a ton of effort marketing all over the United States or even in Utah. I can go to a specific neighborhood, a specific area, get 3 2s if he wants a house that has 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and I can find that and reach out to those sellers that are selling that property. Now, the reason why this is so important, guys, is because buyers are the priority right now. So you got to find what they want, because if you do the traditional way of wholesaling, where you just go and find a deal and then you find a buyer, you might have spent 3 months, 2 months negotiating with an old lady or whoever, that you finally get the house under contract and nobody wants it. It's on the wrong street. It's in an area that no buyers are buying in. So the way to pivot your business, and what I've been doing, is I've been focusing more on the buyers and finding out exactly what they want with the painless wholesaling method. So I've been saving the best for last. Now, you guys remember at the middle of the video, I gave you the painless wholesaling mind map that literally lays out the whole process of finding a buyer, doing the reverse wholesaling method, which again, I call it the painless wholesaling method. Go check that out, because what I'm going to tell you right now is how to actually apply what I'm saying. So the cool thing about this, guys, is if buyers are the power, they're the gold, like the commodity right now, how do you find them? You're probably wondering how you find some buyers, and that's exactly what this mind map can teach you. Now, it's got like over 20 different strategies that you can go in and find buyers that are currently buying in this market, and I can't list all of them off for you in this video, but I can tell you to go check it out, and I can explain maybe 1 or 2 left on, out of the mind map. So let's check this out. If you want to find a buyer that's currently buying right now, that's doing fix and flips and is not afraid or has cash piled up so he's ready to take advantage of the market shifting, number 1, call a title company. A title company knows who's buying, and they can give you a referral. And I did this myself. I called the title company and I said, hey, I'm wholesaling more now. I'm not buying as much. I'm not flipping. I'm just trying to assign my contract. And the cool thing about it is the title company, they want you to bring them business, because that's how they make money. So she got me on the phone and gave me the contact info for one of their top buyers. Now, that's just one way. Another way is you can reach out to private money lenders, hard money lenders in the area, and just say, who's still asking you to borrow money so they can flip a property? That's a great way, because they want to make money by lending out their money, so they're going to give you their top buyers. So guys, those are just 2 ways, and I got, like I said, 20. Check out the mind map, and it's going to change your life and the way you're doing business right now. The next video you're going to want to check out is how to make in real estate sales. Now that you know what kind of market you're in, now it's time to go make some money. Check out the video.